It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's a Sunday unlike any other, and time to meet Team 290. Tom Crawford, my longtime broadcast partner, Blue Belly Tom, and he is co-host of The Drive with Jack and Tom, the Spotlight Radio Network, heard worldwide at jackandtom.com. And there was noise from Augusta National heard around the world, Tom.
Jack, I watched more golf today than the last 11 years combined since Tiger won his last major. It was unbelievable. It was riveting. I was watching streamed of the Masters in that round 3 when that scoring was going crazy from the press box at the spring game at Michigan. So how focused was I on golf over Michigan football?
Wow, that is saying something.
Yeah.
Darian Harris, a 5-year MSU linebacker, co-captain of the 2015 Big Ten champions, a last month graduate student, aspiring broadcaster, Big B Coffee brand ambassador. Did a great job yesterday on Michigan State's green-white scrimmage. Darian, when you think about what Tiger Woods' win means to young athletes, especially minority athletes, you cannot overstate that.
No, you can't at all. It's special, and it's special for us. It's special for myself as a now former, African American athlete. Seeing what Tiger has done this year, seeing what he's done the past couple years, overcoming a lot of adversity, coming back off that injury, seeing him compete against another minority athlete down the stretch today, I think that was huge as well. So hats off to Tiger and what he was able to do. He is definitely an inspiration for us, for golfers around the world, and for athletes around the world that are able to come back in a later age and still compete for championships.
And we're going to talk about the Michigan spring game, where Tom was yesterday. Of course, the Michigan State event out at Spartan Stadium. Big day around here yesterday.
Oh, a lot going on.
Izzo Legacy run, and then Lansing Ignite and their debut. We'll get to that, too. Also want to introduce Mike DeFabo.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
Mike is new Lansing State Journal sports writer and storyteller, Western Pennsylvania native who came here from West Lafayette. And another one of us who went in 7 days from U.S. Bank Stadium to Spartan Stadium. When you think about Tiger Woods, you were 7 years old when he won his first Masters.
That's right. All I ever knew was Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was golf to me. He was so dominant for a decade, and all of a sudden he just vanished. So to see him come back and have that big victory today was big.
First time that Tiger Woods has not led in a major that he won, and there are 15 of those. We're going to talk about that, about one of the most dramatic Masters finishes ever, and certainly the story of the day, the story of the week. Some people say the story of the year in sports. Tiger Woods' win today at Augusta. We'll be right back on Press Pass.
This city knows great things only come from hard work and passion. Like Jets, Detroit-style pizza, made in deep steel pans for the thickest, crispiest, cheesy-to-the-edge crust. It's pizza perfection. Now, for a limited time, get a large Mediterranean pizza with premium mozzarella, feta, fresh spinach, and tomato, all for just $13.99. Jets. Better because it has to be.
40% of seniors will end up in a nursing home. Get a plan for who will help manage your assets and health care so court doesn't do it for you. Call Crenshaw Peterson today. We protect you, your family, and your wallet.
When water won't go down, we're the best in town. Veteran Sewer and Drain Cleaning has all the tools and experience to fix your drain problem. Serving Lansing since 1950, Veteran Sewer and Drain Cleaning provides quality service at a reasonable price. If it carries water away, we can fix it. Call Veteran Sewer and Drain Cleaning and tell your drain problems goodbye.
A home is where life is lived. The unmistakable beauty and performance of Unilock pavers and walls enrich the quality of outdoor living, where perfect settings and cherished moments become memories that last a lifetime. Live life beautifully with Unilock.
Celebrate Earth Day with the Yes Squad. Find out more at fox47news.com.
Team spirit. Face paint. more cowbell. Dean Trailway's motor coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. You can also find Woody's at MSU's International Center and at every cafeteria and coffee shop on campus.
Inside 2 feet up the hill.
In fact, he never broke a smile. He never,
not once, until
showed any reaction. Now the next 15 minutes is absolutely incredible.
Age 43, Joe LaCava, his caddy, a great guy, a great sports fan, a guy who's been a rock for him during the years. And when this is the moment, Andy, avert your eyes. I'm going to need you for the rest of the segment. I can't have you be in a puddle up here, but it's hard not to. There's Charlie. There's Tita. His daughter Sam. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it either.
That was one of the most emotional settings we have seen in a sports venue. And Tiger Woods would not crack a smile coming up that 18th fairway. And then it all poured out, and reminiscent of his embrace of his father back 22 years ago. Darian, when you think that 4 of the last 5 players to tee off came to the 12th tee and put the ball in Rays Creek, Tiger Woods did not do that. How did he conquer the conditions and handle his emotions to get a 5th green jacket?
Well, they talked about it on the broadcast. He took the Jack Nicklaus approach and just took the safe route and placed it between the 2 sands in the middle right there. And as we saw, you know, Finau put it in the water, and Molinari put it in the water as well. And you wonder if it's that old Tiger vibrato and that mentality that he brought to everybody else when they knew he was creeping up the leaderboard and coming down 17 and 18. Everybody kind of tensed up and got scared and got afraid to make mistakes. And when you play scared to win and scared to make mistakes, that's when mistakes happen. And I think that's what happened to the people that he was playing with, as well as everybody else, you know, that was kind of trying to creep up the ladder. If you think of Xander, Justin Day, and some of these other guys, Brooks Koepka, all he does is win majors. He had an opportunity as well and just couldn't sink the putts at the end. So maybe Tiger's back in terms of that dominant force that he is, in terms of psyching everybody else out that's playing around him.
They say that when Tiger Woods makes a birdie, the gallery reaction, the patrons, it sounds different.
Yeah,
it's so not like anybody else.
Right. The roar.
Exactly. Mike, think about watching Tiger as a youth. Did you think that he was done after 2008? He had all the back problems, the surgery, the fusion, all the personal issues with Elin. To see him come back, how surprised are you?
I'm surprised. I kind of went, you know, my feelings changed throughout the course of Tiger's slump there. As soon as it happened and he kind of fell off, I thought within a matter of a couple months, I expected him to be back, old Tiger of old. You know, we'd see that vibrato that you talked about. He'd be right back. But then, you know, 5 years ago, when he couldn't even finish a round of golf, you had to wonder a little bit. But to see him come back the way he did is remarkable. And I think that he's got a chance to win a couple more. I mean, I don't think that Jack Nicklaus, his record is safe by any means when you consider if Tom Brady can play football until he's, what, almost 50 years old, I think Tiger Woods can get out there and play a round of golf.
Jack Nicklaus has 18 major championships. Tiger Woods, 15. There you see the list. And some of the greatest names in golf, of course, all over that board. Tom Crawford, 2005. That is a long time ago.
That is a long time ago.
That's the last time before this year that Michigan State beat Duke in basketball. And It's actually 8 months longer
Here we go.
for Tiger Woods being without a Masters win than it has been for Michigan without a Big Ten championship.
I knew that was coming into play here. Yeah, but I tell you, besides being a good day for Tiger Woods, this is a good day for golf, I think, because Tiger represents the new regime. I mean, he's fit. He works out, and you see Brooks Koepka and Dustin Johnson. I mean, those guys look like athletes.
Can you think of a better sports comeback story than
No,
this?
not at all. And I think younger people, millennials, will like what they see with Tiger, identify with him, along with the other young studs of the league. I think this is good for millennials embracing the sport of golf. This is a great day for the sport of golf, in my opinion.
The hairline, Darian, looks a little different. But
keep the hat on. Just keep the hat on.
A couple divots, I think.
Yeah, one right on top.
Yeah.
But he doesn't lash at the ball quite the same way. But he's playing this game not just physically, he's playing it with his mind.
Well, that's the same thing Michael Jordan had to do, Kobe Bryant had to do, LeBron James is going to have to do eventually, is you have to change up the way that you play the game when you don't have the physical tools that you had as a younger player. You know, we saw Michael Jordan step outside and start hitting that perimeter jumper, Kobe Bryant adding the back down game when he went to train with Hakeem Olajuwon. We've now seen that with Tiger Woods. He can't go out there with the driver and crank it 350 yards every time off the tee, but now he has to, again, as you said, play with your mind, understand, when to bring out your irons and your wedges and things of that nature, and just play the safe route before it's time to go in for the kill at the end.
We're going to bring out some Michigan State football in our next segment. Our Going Green segment brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan. We're going to talk about the green-white scrimmage. Three of us were there yesterday, and Brian Lewerke looked pretty good. Looked like 2017 all over again. We'll be right back here on Press Pass.
It's Graf Truck Month, and we've got the best trucks in America, and nobody sells for less than Graf. We've got a huge selection of new and used trucks, and you'll save like never before.
Get a Silverado Custom Double Cab just $292 a month, or drive a 2019 Equinox just $186 a month. Plus, save 35% or more off the MSRP on a 2017 Silverado.
New or used, you'll get the best deal on the best trucks from the best dealerships. Now, during Graf Truck Month at a Graf dealership near you.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Ride with Chicago PD, weekdays at noon on My 47.4.
Come find out why it's better at Bugie. Better deals, better service, and a better experience because of our team. Get the 2019 Buick Encore for as low as $149 per month now at Glen Bugie, or the GMC Terrain for as low as $169 per month. And the 2018 GMC Sierra Denali has up to $12,320 cash value when you finance through GM Financial. Get to Glen Bugie Buick GMC in Lansing and Glen Bugie Chevrolet in Eaton Rapids. Come find out why it's better.
It's better at Bugie. An uplifting message from Bras That Fit. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is mystery. Today is a gift. Give her the gift of confidence, no matter what size and shape you are. Gift certificates available. It's all in our name. Bras That Fit.
Turn on the lights with Capital Lighting. Experience our full-service lighting showroom. Discover the hundreds of beautiful fixtures available to bring your home to life. Visit today at Capital Lighting of East Lansing, where bright ideas begin.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet, a trusted friend with 105 years in the automobile business. And Graf Nissan, next door on West Grand River in Okemos. They'll take great care of you as they have on all 6 of my leases and purchases. Go green, go Graf.
A great
outpouring of Spartan Nation a little bit, and so the crowd was into it a little bit, so that was good. We had some crowd noise out there. The wind was a factor, there's no question. I thought I was going to blow off to the side there a couple times. But spring practice is still going. We'll have our final practice on Tuesday, which will be number 15. Tried to play everybody in a spring football game, which is what we did, giving everybody an opportunity to do something in that football game, which I think is important because I think everybody has to bring value. They have to have an opportunity to play in front of a crowd and put a little bit more pressure on them as players.
Michigan State head football coach Mark D'Antonio, you ready for year 13? Darian Harris, you played in 4 green-white games, and you've had a chance to broadcast 3 of them now. The offense last year that scored a total of 25 points in its last 4 losses, that is 6.25 points per game. What did you think of the changes and Brian Lewerke's performance?
Well, I thought Brian looked great. It looks like the shoulder's healthy. He had to zip on the ball. And I think the thing that Brad Salem's going to bring to the table, and this might seem as simple as it can be, is just getting the ball in the hands of your playmakers. We saw Darryl Stewart lined up in the slot. He looked like a mismatch in his 2 touchdowns. Hit 2 corner routes, seamlessly the same route every time.
Who's that guy flipping the coin there? Oh, I've seen it before.
Yeah. Having him mismatched on safeties. We saw Jalen Naylor have a couple great catches. Cody White got the ball as well. They have a stable of running backs that looks like that could perform. So that's just what it comes down to. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers and allow them to do the work.
Mike DeFabo, who stood out to you yesterday watching that scrimmage?
I like Josiah Scott. I mean, we saw what the defense was like without him the first 8 games when he was injured last season. And I know he came back and played the last 5, but when Mark D'Antonio has had his best defenses, he's always had that lockdown corner. I think Josiah Scott showed us that with his interception. Going up, that really was not a bad pass. That was just a great defensive play. So I think that with him back in that secondary, I like the Spartans to be an even more elite defense this season in the Big Ten.
Zach Slade had a coming out party with a tremendous interception on a screen pass. Played that perfectly, just couldn't quite outrun everybody to the end zone, and he also forced a fumble, so he did a lot of things right. Mike, as you look at this team from what little we've seen this spring, what would you say is the greatest strength and what's the biggest concern?
Well, obviously the greatest strength is the defense. I mean, they're a championship caliber defense. They were last year. I think that they're going to be once again this season. And obviously the biggest weakness, though, is that offense. I mean, they're just a question mark at this point. We saw what they looked like in the spring game. We talked to some of the players afterwards. They said they revealed just maybe day 1 or day 2 of install of that offense. So we know that it can work. The question is, how much have they changed it, and what are we going to really see when they go against a true Big Ten defense?
Tom Crawford, in 4 of the previous 5 times that Michigan State reached the Final Four. Also beat the University of Michigan that year. That's 2001, 2009, 2010, 2015. Think Michigan State might be able to pull that off again?
Only Jack Epling would pull that one out of the sky, that little stat. You know what? I said to myself yesterday when I was down in Ann Arbor, I'm not going to project what's going to happen in 2019. I'm done with that. I've been humiliated myself over the years. I'm not going to do it. So November 16th, I think it's going to be a really competitive game. 2 rivals going at it, you know, a lot of head-knocking defense, and that's where I'll end on that prediction.
Well, you see the schedule. Michigan State has 2 off weeks in the span of 3 weeks. Apparently, they really need to get ready for Penn State.
I guess so.
But it's an odd schedule, and one that Michigan State fans that look at and say, okay, Arizona State, Penn State, what else? But if Michigan State can win the home games and then take care of business in at least half of those road games, if it can split with Northwestern, Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Michigan, that looks like a 10-2 record. So see how that all works out. But the key is keeping Brian Lewerke healthy, keeping some of the other players healthy, and the offensive line got a chance to play together yesterday, Darian. That was a good thing, too. We'll be back in a couple minutes, and we're going to talk Michigan football, the spring game in Ann Arbor, up next.
Do you find it difficult to hear clearly? Don't miss out on life's biggest moments.
At Audiology and Hearing Services, we'll help you clearly and comfortably hear everything you've been missing. Our highly skilled team will discuss your hearing needs and fit you with our top quality, easy to use, personalized hearing aids. Call us to schedule your hearing assessment today. Audiology and Hearing Services. Improve your hearing, improve your life.
You need a roof. We need your house. During the month of April, American Metal Roofs is looking for attractive, high-visibility homes that we can feature in our advertising. If your home qualifies, you'll earn a deep discount on your American Metal roof. Some homeowners have saved thousands, but this is not a free roof. Call today to find out if your home qualifies. 844 Metal Roofs. That's 844-638-2576. And visit us online at
AmericanMetalRoofs.com.
The United States wins the World Cup.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
I have an adult male with multiple stab wounds to his torso. Nani! She's not here. She's gone.
911, what's your emergency?
We got two inside, teenage boy and his dad.
We have multiple structure fires. Please send everything you have. Go door to door, everyone gets evacuated.
My son's upstairs!
Do you know which room?
Incoming! Alex! Get out of the trucks! Go, go, go!
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for Tracking a Trophy. And we're talking Michigan football. Yesterday, the scrimmage at Michigan Stadium. There you see Shea Patterson and Tom, Ronnie Bell looked like he got a lot of work.
Yeah, he did. Well, he's a sophomore. He's experienced. He played really well.
Probably get more reps without Donovan Peoples-Jones,
And
right?
we don't know what that status is. They got a lot of receivers, Jack, tons of them.
Tariq Black, obviously, you saw a moment ago. Here's Ronnie Bell again,
he scores
breaking
on
free.
this one. Yep.
And takes it all the way to the house, the big house. You see Joe Milton.
Yeah.
Right?
Switch
and
numbers.
Dylan McCaffrey also got some time.
Yep.
Look good.
Yeah, they got plenty of quarterbacks. That's not a problem.
The three-quarterback offense. So you can't use them all at one time.
Yeah.
But, Tom, based on what you saw yesterday, did you feel better about the Wolverines than you did, if that's possible?
Well, it's up-tempo, man. It's different. I mean, that's your biggest takeaway with Josh Geddes. I mean, they're out there and they're using a lot of receivers. I mean, they need a lot of receivers because they're going to wear these guys out. They're in and out. I mean, it's a quick up-tempo thing, getting guys out in space. The shallow crosser, which was used against them last year by Ohio State, obviously, and Florida, they were using that against Michigan's defense. So I think it's what they're learning.
They knew Michigan's defense couldn't stop that play.
Right, yeah, absolutely. So, and I think that opponents who will just watch what Ohio State did to Michigan last year for this coming year. And I think that's going to be a big part of the attack and try to defeat Michigan. But their offense is up-tempo, and it needed to be because the old two double tights and fullback lead, those days are done.
When you see a quarterback like Shea Patterson, Mike, that has to give Michigan fans a lot of hope. He's been through it now. He knows what the Big Ten's all about. And obviously he has a skill set.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's a quarterback league no matter whether we're talking the NFL, college. It all starts with the quarterback. That's the obsession. That's what everybody wants to talk about. So if you've got someone you feel comfortable about who has the experience, that's going to make you feel a lot better about your team in general.
Who's the best quarterback in the Big Ten, Darian?
Geez, that is a tough question right now. It might be Shea Patterson, honestly. I mean, he had an opportunity to leave after last year. He's got the experience, and I think he'll play on Sundays for sure. So it really might be Shea in terms of how he played last year, because he didn't have a bad year last year. He really didn't. And especially with this new up-tempo offense and the receiving threat that they have, he could be posting a 3,000, 3,500 yard season if everything goes as well as they think it will.
He talked about it after the game, Darian, about how I feel like he's back at Ole Miss with that up-tempo that he did not have last year with a Stanford style, more of an offense that Harbaugh brings.
With Shea Patterson in Ann Arbor, with a healthy Brian Lewerke, a confident Brian Lewerke here in East Lansing, maybe the two best quarterbacks in this conference are right here in the state.
Yeah, and Dylan McCaffrey is not too far behind. I mean, the dude's got some wheels. He's healthy now, and he's going to, in his mind, he's going to go and compete for the starting job. So we'll see how that plays out.
Darian, you love defense. Doug Warren always says defense wins championships. With some key defenders gone from a year ago, is this Michigan team better or worse than the team that was 10-1 and favored going into Columbus last year?
I mean, I could see them in a similar situation going into this season. I mean, I think teams lose talent every year. That's just what goes on in college football, obviously. People leave early, seniors graduate, next man up. It's just getting over the hump of that one game. Now, obviously, you can't discredit Michigan State as well because, you know, we're talking about, 3-8 in the last 11. So it's not like that game is a shoe-in either based on the last couple of years, but it's the Ohio State one. You got to get over the hump of Ohio State. Right. And it seems like it doesn't matter who Michigan puts out there on the field. I mean, last year was supposed to be it. And still couldn't get it done.
If you're going to play man-to-man defense, you better put pressure on the quarterback. And they didn't do that last year, and look what happens. Right. I mean, in those two critical games down in the last two games, they didn't pressure the quarterback.
What's the strength of this team, Tom?
Oh, I think it's, I think it's the offensive line, shocker to say.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just from talking to players, that's the first thing that the O-line is the real deal, to use that old trite term. So, I mean, there's been some unification on that, and I think Shea Patterson's a strength, like Darian said. I think he's probably the best quarterback in the conference. Going in, we'll see how that plays out by the time the season ends.
What's the biggest concern?
The biggest concern is pass rush, for what I just talked about, because, you got Rashawn Gary's gone, Chase is gone, and, Devin Bush is gone at the second level. So it's, Michigan State has that strength at the middle. I mean, Michigan, that might be a weakness on their defense.
Mike, we had a ton of spring football yesterday. It seemed like more than half the schools ended at the same time. You had a chance to cover the start of Purdue's resurgence with Jeff Brom. Am I nuts to think that Purdue maybe a hair ahead of Minnesota as the two best teams in the West, and those teams would have a chance? Purdue certainly would have a chance. Already beat Ohio State last year. If it's the Buckeyes or Wolverines or Spartans, should they play in Indianapolis?
Well, you're nuts, but not for this take, because I think
that's good.
I think that Jeff Brom is truly building something in West Lafayette. Last week he was awarded a new contract. He's the third highest paid coach in the Big Ten. Can you believe that? Purdue. Wow. Purdue has the third highest paid coach in the Big Ten. But there's a reason behind that. Jeff Brom is really truly building something. He has the first top 25 class since 2004 for Purdue. They've got Rondale Moore, the electric wide receiver back. They're building something.
We'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the NCAA championship game, what happened Monday night in Minneapolis.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
The Student Bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Cast your votes for the Top of the Town Awards at fox47news.com today.
H2O Hydroponics is now your CO2 refill station.
We offer great CO2 refill prices. 20 pound, $10, 35 pound, $15, and 50 pounds, $20.
Brand new aluminum tanks are now in stock.
If you're going to grow, go H2O.
Ready.
Hi, I'm Aaron with Southside Auto Sales.
And I'm Trey.
If you're in the market for a quality ride that costs less than $10,000, let Trey and I help you get your new ride at Southside.
H2O Hydroponics is now your CO2 refill station.
We offer great CO2 refill prices. 20 pound, $10, 35 pound, $15, and 50 pounds, $20.
Brand new aluminum tanks are now in stock.
If you're going to grow, go H2O.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to Northern Michigan and Chicago, site of this year's Big Ten Basketball Championship. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Faces of the Virginia players going to that pitch. Up ahead, they've got Key. Say goodnight. And dunks it down. 8 points in front. Facing adversities over and over again and climbing the mountain. 8 seconds. Final seconds playing out. End of a fabulous tournament. Rebound into the hands of Hunter. And Virginia with the all-time turnaround title.
There you see Dick Bennett, father of Tony Bennett, and he was so nervous that he couldn't go to the games. He'd go to the city and watch him in the hotel.
Yeah.
Finally, they got him to go to the championship game, and I'm really glad. He said the reason that he had to be at the championship game was he had to be there in case his son lost.
Oh.
Which was kind of an interesting
Yeah,
way
that's
to,
good. Be for support.
To look at the whole thing. Darian Harris, they say, it's better to be lucky than good, but it's best to be both. Virginia proved that. How did they overcome 3 incredible mountains to finish 37-3 in the ultimate ruin to redemption story?
Well, the team took the mental approach of their coach, which is to be even-keeled, calm, cool, and collected, stay the course, and everything will work out for you. I mean, this Virginia story from last year being the first 1 seed to lose to a 16 to the very next year winning a national championship, it's a completion of something that's going to be a 30 for 30 one day, a movie perhaps. I mean, you can't write these stories any better. I mean, it's just unbelievable what happened. Kyle Guy was very deserving of winning, most outstanding player of the tournament, and a lot of those guys played themselves a lot higher in the draft as well from UVA. So hats off to them for really completing the story is essentially what they did. Because if you lose that game, it's nothing. The story kind of goes away. But to be able to win that game, to win a national title after last year, it's really true completion of a story.
It's one of the ultimate team victories, Tom. Everyone knows what Kyle Guy did, but without Jerome and Hunter, and then Diakite hit that shot against Purdue. They wouldn't have been even to the Final Four without that.
Well, think of that. They had some real nail biters to get there. I mean, and that's resiliency. And that Purdue game was unbelievable how they pulled that one out. But that's what it takes to win a national title.
Mike, last year, Virginia did not just lose to a 16 seed; it lost by 20.
Yeah, that's right.
To Maryland, Baltimore County, and to think that they were 14 down against Gardner-Webb. What would have happened if they'd lost that game?
Yeah, that would have been demoralizing. Imagine, telling your kids someday that you were the team that lost not to 1 16 seed, but 2. But now I think the story just goes away. Now it's just almost a better story that they lost to the 16 seed. I think that, there's so much parity in college basketball. They're not going to be the only #1 seed to go down to a 16. They may have been the first, but there's going to be more going forward.
That was the one loss no one wanted to have, Tom.
Yeah, we feared that one for years. 30 years.
years.
Yes.
And there were some that were close. Michigan State was close back in 1990.
Right, when they went to 64 teams, that was always a fear for the #1 seed.
Absolutely. It lost to, almost a loss to Murray State. Tony Bennett left his heart in Minneapolis this year.
He did.
But when you think about the Final Fours since 2000, the ACC and Big Ten have had similar representation. The difference is not a lot of net cutting.
No.
As you look at the winners in this tournament, why isn't the Big Ten represented better?
It's all about the matchups, Jack. I mean, look at Michigan State lost to a really, really good Carolina team in 2009. Michigan lost to a really, really good Nova team in 2016. Those were just juggernaut opponents. So it's all about the matchups. And then they've been close in some other games. Michigan played Louisville, real close, and could have won that in 2013. Obviously, Wisconsin lost to Duke. I think it was the following year. And a lot of these Big Ten teams have fought hard, but they've just fallen a little bit short.
Yeah, you think 2005, 2015,
Illinois,
Big
North
Ten
Carolina,
had half of the field for the Final Four, but could not get that done. And Darian, I think sometimes all people remember is the champion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that when you get to hang Final Four banner, and I think that that's key and important for your school. But you remember the champion. I can speak for it from experience. You go to the Final Four, you play in that environment, and it's exciting. But you want to be the one that's hoisting the trophy at the end of the day.
And getting to the Final Four is pretty special. You know a little bit about that covering the Purdue Boilermakers, right?
That's right. They haven't been since 1980. So, Virginia, they would have been happy just to come up with the victory over Virginia. Go to a Final Four would have been almost a championship in itself. Right. So I think Michigan State, there's still plenty of reasons to celebrate this season.
And when you look ahead, I'm looking at these way, way, way too early top 25s. Yeah. Michigan State is 1 or 2 on all these lists. Michigan is very high.
Yep.
Maryland is in the top 10 on many of them.
Big Ten's
but depends on attrition.
Yeah, we don't know that yet.
We don't know that yet, but we know that Michigan State's going to have some players and a great chance to get back there. Next April, it's Atlanta. So if you want to start saving your money right now, we'll be right back, and we're going to talk NBA up next.
At Kroger, we're eliminating waste to zero to reduce hunger to zero. We're partnering with Feeding America to make more food donations to local food banks and with World Wildlife Fund to end food waste. But we can't do it alone, and we hope you'll join us in creating a world with zero hunger and zero waste. Visit thekrogerco.com to learn how you can help.
Monticello's is your local specialty marketplace offering the finest, freshest local goods. Fresh from the produce stock.
Turn on the lights with Capital Lighting. Experience our full-service lighting showroom. Discover the hundreds of beautiful fixtures available to bring your home to life. Visit today at Capital Lighting of East Lansing, where bright ideas begin.
Last Man Standing is back and bigger than ever. All new Fridays on Fox.
Watch Live PD Police Patrol weeknights at 10 on My 47.4.
It's Graff Truck Month, and we've got the best trucks in America, and nobody sells for less than Graff. We've got a huge selection of new and used trucks, and you'll save like never before.
Get a Silverado Custom Double Cab, just $292 a month, or drive a Colorado Crew Cab Work Truck, just $170 a month. Plus, save 35% or more off the MSRP on a 2017 Equinox.
New or used, you'll get the best deal on the best trucks from the best dealerships. Now, during Graff Truck Month at a Graff dealership near you.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
So today, I'm going to step down as the president. And I think I don't want to, her and I have such an amazing relationship. And I think that she gave me full power to do what I wanted to do. But I think that with her and I want to always preserve our relationship and love her. And then I think that I had more fun when I was able to be the big brother and ambassador to everybody. You know, I thought about Dwayne Wade retiring tomorrow, and I can't even tweet it out or can't be there.
There you see Lansing's Irvin Johnson announcing his resignation as president of the Los Angeles Lakers. Darian, that's your team. Very few people expected the Lakers with LeBron James to miss the playoffs the way they did, and no one expected Magic to disappear. Why did that have to happen, and how do they fix this mess?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how they fix it other than maybe stepping outside of the family some. I mean, I think that, you know, if we remember last year, I mean, we were honestly probably the first sports show maybe in the country to break LeBron signing with the Lakers. Yeah. It happened right here before we started taping this show. Yeah, right. Literally sitting right here. And remember the excitement of everybody and the fact that he signed there 4 years, didn't think it was going to happen. To now this year, seeing them not make the playoffs. Obviously, LeBron had the injury, and now Magic stepping down without telling Jeannie. I mean, you guys know him as Irvin. You know, people that are my age, we know him as Magic. Sure. He couldn't be Magic in that role. And that was the main thing. He couldn't be Magic. He couldn't help Ben Simmons. He couldn't congratulate Russell Westbrook. Right. He was very candid in saying those things. So I think that in the long run, this does help because it allows Magic to go back to being Magic, and now they can bring somebody else in from outside the family to try to fix this situation.
Tom, when I saw Irv in Washington, D.C., I said, why don't you go down there? I mean, Mateen was going on to the podium there, and he wanted to. He started to, and he said, I can't. And that kind of thing just ate him up. The fact that he couldn't.
Right. Yeah, be around the players.
He's a mentor. That's his greatest strength. He's got to go mentor people, and that's what he should do. That's why this is a good move, I think.
It is NBA playoffs time, opening weekend. Mike, the Pistons made it into the playoffs, although tonight they are getting cremated in Milwaukee.
Literally.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, good luck with that one. What does this experience mean to Dwayne Casey's team, and what do you expect to happen in this series?
Well, I like the way you phrase that question. What does experience mean for this team? Because it's pretty much all they're going to get out of it, unfortunately. I mean, without Blake Griffin especially, I don't give Detroit very much of a chance. Even with Blake Griffin during the regular season, they were swept in 4 games. Yeah. So, you know, it's their accomplishment was just getting to the postseason. That was an accomplishment in itself for this team. Take it for what it's worth. Look to next year.
Darian, we were both going to go down there next Saturday. If Blake Griffin can play, is it possible they could steal a game?
I think they maybe could steal a game if he could play maybe a home game, but if he can't, there's no shot. But I think that might help us out because the ticket purchase might start to dwindle a little bit. At least for myself, being able to go as a spectator, you might get the nice media pass. But, you know, it is about experience for them. It's big for Detroit to be back in the playoffs. It'll be big for the city. They'll be able to host a playoff game, you know, have the stadium be as packed as possible at Little Caesars Arena. It's just a shame that Blake's not able to play.
Tom, you're making a face like,
it's not going to happen. If Blake plays, maybe they might come within 20, maybe. I'm not saying LW is going to be my friend.
We have, incidentally, in studio tonight, Lou Rawls, Tum Tum Nairn Jr.
Yeah.
So any NBA questions, we can always direct directly to him. But we got game updates yesterday on the Nets upset. Some people don't think it's an upset. And the Spurs with the win over the Nuggets. That's a 7-2. We saw the Celtics explode today. A big win over the Pacers. And then a terrific game with the Blazers. And that win over OKC. And Damian Lillard did his act. Tom, which first-round underdog do you expect to advance beyond round 1?
I don't think any of them are going to expect. I think that, I don't think any of them are going to knock
all the favorites will win.
Yeah, because it's that first game. Sometimes you know how that the favorite kind of takes it for granted, and then they get their act together. Maybe Orlando Magic, because they're so jacked up about being in the playoffs. It's been a long time, and the Raptors might be vulnerable a little bit this year. So that would be the one, but I still think everybody's going to hold serve on that.
Darian, give us a first round upset.
I mean, we asked Tom before the broadcast.
Yeah.
I agree with him. I think Nets over Sixers has a very viable chance of happening because Karis LeVert has come back and played extremely well. He's played very well. Obviously, D'Angelo Russell winning a playoff game before the Los Angeles Lakers that traded him away, obviously. I mean, that's something in and of itself, and he's played like an all-star and was an all-star this year. So that would be the series I look at to at least maybe go 7 games.
You got Sixers being fined, Mike, for checking their cell phones there during the game, right?
Yeah, that's right. You guys have been checking the cell phones during this broadcast.
That's what we do.
We'll be right back in just a minute with our Take It to the Bank segment brought to you by Dart Bank.
A home is where life is lived. The unmistakable beauty and performance of Unilock pavers and walls enrich the quality of outdoor living, where perfect settings and cherished moments become memories that last a lifetime. Live life beautifully with Unilock.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to mow! And Toro products do just that. Whether it's the Super Recycler mower giving you the best cut Toro has to offer, coupled with personal pace self-propel, or maybe it's the Time Master, a 30-inch mower with the same features, but it's wider, so it cuts your mowing time by 40%. Or maybe you want to ride in style with the Toro Time Cutter Zero Turn, cuts mowing time in half. Toro's got you covered, and we prep, assemble, and deliver it locally to your door for free. Come into Midwest Power Equipment today.
Don't miss Daily Mail, weeknights at 6 on My 47.4.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, champions.
The Student Bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Take It to the Bank segment. Brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most.
Well, first thing is it's different, which is a good thing. It's a special uniform. I'm hoping we wear it at night. I think it's going to look great at night. I hope we get to keep the cleats. Those are some sick cleats. Different. I like the neon. It's a new thing now. You see our basketball team with it all the time. And I'm just ready to go for a special fall.
Favorite feature of the new unis?
Well, I got to say the cleats. I also like the state across. I like the state a lot. So it's something different, but I like it, and so do the rest of the guys.
Not good.
Joe. Joe.
Hell of a football player.
To Joe. Love you, Joe, but if you like that state going across, we need to talk. All right. Team 290. One of the many things that we can disagree on is uniforms. You can take it to the bank that we're going to find differences in opinion, But that one met with near universal ridicule, and it happened fast. Darian, I don't know if Joe believed any of what he was saying. He was in a really tough situation. Michelle McMahon had him there and kept asking him questions. What's your favorite feature? No, the one we're doing right now. Yeah. As a 20-something, you know that they say recruits like this stuff. As you look at it, what was your take?
Well, I liked it for like 2 seconds. And then the Twitter police got to it, and they zoomed in on the gloves.
Yeah.
And the Seattle Seahawks gloves.
Yeah.
And then that's when it took it. I was done with it. I was done with it right there. Now, I will say it looks better on an actual athlete than a mannequin. Jerseys usually do. Yeah. If you play with them under the lights, it'll look a little bit better. The neon will shine a little bit. You know, the fact it says State instead of Spartans, as we touched on a little bit before we started this broadcast, it should have said Spartans, but it'll look nice on the lights. And then most importantly, if you win in them, then it's fine. It's fine. But it's been universal. Former players, I think current players, the 20-somethings, I don't think anybody's a fan of these, and I think it came from Nike. I don't think this was like a team or a Coach D decision. So Joe was in a tough spot. You know, he tried, but everybody could tell he doesn't like him, and neither does anybody else.
I thought maybe, okay, here's a trial balloon. They want to get the reaction to this.
Well, they got the reaction.
They got it. And they have several months to tweak it or
delete it.
But they're going to have an alternate uniform.
Yes,
you know that.
Absolutely.
It's going to be something. And the basketball team had the neon, but the neon and the black.
Oh, that looked fantastic.
Looked much different than this. Tom, you've seen some alternate uniforms. Michigan has brought theirs out from time to time.
Yeah.
You're a traditionalist, right?
Not recently, though. I mean, the Brady Hoke, the Bumblebee things that we saw against Notre Dame. But I'm a traditionalist. I go back to the 60s when George Webster and Bubba Smith. The green jersey, the white pants, the helmet with a Spartan logo. Let's end it there. I know the cleats were cool, but it's not go green, go lime, is it? It's go green, go white.
Right. Fight for the only colors. Lime! No. Yeah. Mike, when you think that the reaction to what it was, my first two thoughts were that they had missed April Fool's Day by 12. And then the size of the script of State. Maybe they could just wrap it around the back, too, so everyone could see it from a county away. Do you think that the kids are going to like this? Recruits are going to like this?
I don't think so. I mean, when you change the uniform, you do something different, you come up with the alternative, you want to capture, attention, get people excited. You don't want this kind of reaction for sure. So I say scrap it, start over, give us something different.
Devin Bush said he'd stomp on that too, right?
Yeah.
He had a tweet, he said, definitely stomping on that. We'll be right back with our cool and smooth segment, all of our weekly awards up next.
It's Graff Truck Month, and we've got the best trucks in America, and nobody sells for less than Graff. We've got a huge selection of new and used trucks, and you'll save like never before.
Get a Silverado Custom Double Cab, just $292 a month, or drive a 2019 Equinox, just $186 a month. Plus, save 35% or more off the MSRP on a 2017 Silverado.
New or used, you'll get the best deals on the best trucks from the best dealerships. Now, during Graff Truck Month at a Graff dealership near you.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Get the lowdown from TMZ, weeknights at 7 on My 47.4.
Helping to keep your child's entertainment running smoothly. Your local source for appliance repair since 1980. Call Lane's Appliance Repair for all of your appliance repair and maintenance needs.
Before you invest in a property, you must make sure that every aspect of it has been looked at by a professional.
For a free estimate from a certified home inspector, call Blundy Home Inspections at 517-626-4699.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by all 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious. There you see the Detroit Tigers' schedule for the past week and what is ahead against Pittsburgh and Chicago White Sox, but losing 4 out of 5 and having another game postponed. The amazing part of this, gentlemen, is that Detroit is still over 500, and they have scored 40 runs in 15 games.
Right.
That is hard to do. And so you're averaging about 2 2/3 runs per game. Going to have to do a lot to make that a little bit better. Time for Team 290, and who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Darian, let's start with you and our play of the week.
Well, this couldn't be any easier this week. Eldrick Tiger Woods made it extremely easy for me able to make this pick right here. His putt to win the Masters, the 2019 Masters, was one of the more special moments in sports I think that I've ever seen in my life, just because of the reactions from obviously him going to hug his family, the reaction from the crowd, the reaction from everybody on social media, from all my friends. I mean, everybody was frantic trying to see this last round of the Masters. People were texting me, can you send a link? Can you find me an internet link? I'm driving. I don't know what to do. I'm on Twitter. Twitter's going crazy. Tiger's about to win. Like, everybody was just going nuts. And it's this, as you said earlier, it's this younger generation of 30 and younger, and then kids even in high school and in junior high now that are watching Tiger Woods return to glory. It's really special to see.
How long was that last putt? 18 inches, maybe, 2 feet, something like that. Yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm. Not often we have a 18-inch putt as our play of the week, but certainly deserve it. Mike DeFabo, what about our game of the week?
Hey, I got to just piggyback off of that. We can't talk enough about Tiger and what he did here. For a different reason, though. I mean, he proved so much to the doubters, but also he had to prove something to himself. You don't think the doubt had to have crept into his mind a little bit at some point during that 11-year drought, thinking, am I ever going to get it back? For him to get it back like this on such a big stage, get that green jacket on, that's huge.
And he told all the other champions at the champions dinner 2 years ago, I think I'm done. Not done. Not done by a long shot. Tom Crawford, what about our team of the week?
Well, I'm telling you, on national level, I'm going to go UVA. You know what they did, that comeback from last year's embarrassment. But I'm going to go local. Lansing Ignite, the soccer pro soccer team in their debut over at Cooley Law School Stadium. What did they get? 3,300?
Yeah, almost 3,400.
Yeah, Jeremy Sampson doing a terrific job of promoting that, and it shows you how big soccer is in this town. The way the weather gets good, they have great crowds out there.
Yeah. And I guess there are a lot of vantage points to watch it.
Yeah.
You can sample them all for yourself, see what you think. Certainly there'll be better nights than last night to go over and check out some soccer at a high level. Player of the week, where else can you go with it?
It's too easy.
About at age 43, and he matched the longest gap between major championships. Eldrick Woods did more for the sport of golf today than I think anyone has on any day. And you can go back through Jack Nicklaus in 1986. I also thought it was interesting that Nicklaus, who was bone fishing in the Bahamas, and he was there for ceremonial shot, but hey, he wouldn't have missed that last 9. They called him in off the boat so he could watch this, and then immediately he sends Tiger a message. Tiger sent the world a message today. And everyone who saw it will never forget where they were when Tiger Woods won major number 15. Now we've got the PGA Championship coming up in May, and then the U.S. Open back at Pebble, one of his favorite layouts.
Great.
Want to thank Tom Crawford, my longtime radio partner, Blue Belly Tom. You can hear us on The Drive with Jack and Tom, the Spotlight Radio Network, jackandtom.com. Darian Harris, brand ambassador for Big B Coffee. Great job yesterday with Rick Pizzo. and Mike DeFabo. Check out his stuff, lsj.com. Doing a terrific job as a storyteller here. I want to thank all of you for watching Game of Thrones. You can catch the replay. See you next week.
Big John steak and onion. That's what I'm talking about.
You know us for our fantastic subs at Big John's Steak and Onion, but why not try our chicken or steak wraps? Same Big John amazing flavors all wrapped up for you. Or try our new salads, flavor and variety done the Big John way.
Big John steak and onion. That's what I'm talking about.
In 3 weeks, weather like never before. We guarantee it.